Hi readers, welcome back. My name is Asma Siddiqui. I'm a voracious book reader, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a book called Ottoman Secret, which is a very interesting read. It took me about 2 weeks to finish because I was a little distracted with other things, but the book is also a huge book. It's about almost a 600 page book. The story is written by Raymond Khoury, which is the first time I'm reading this author, and I really, really like the story. So it's a book mixed with a bit of fiction and a bit of factual history and a little bit of time travel. So that kind of brings it a mystery element to it and a thrill to it as well. I really enjoyed reading the book. It is nothing of the sort that I've read before. So um, I really enjoyed myself. In the story, we are looking at a different version of Paris, Paris, which is now under the Ottoman Empire, because one person who has gone back into time, traveled back into time from 2016, who's pretty much seen what the world looks like, has gone back and changed history and has become a governor in the past and is making changes, making sure that the Ottoman Empire is ruling all of Europe. Takes back history from 2016 and then fixes things so that they remain in power and they are the pioneers of a lot of things that is happening in the world. And then because of some things in his present, which is also the past, he has to time travel again and come back into the future, a future that he has made where he accidentally lets his secret out, and the people who he tells his secret to decide that this is too much, where one person has decided the fate of everyone. And what he is talking about, that is what our 2016 looks like, is an ideal place to be in, and everyone should be allowed, or the history should be allowed to take its course. So they decide to go back and fix what he did to change history, and it's their travel back in time which is making the difference here. So although it's a little confusing, but the story is really nice. I really enjoyed myself reading the book. I did feel it was a little drag in certain places because there's so much of traveling in and out, but it was a little difficult also to keep track of when this part is being written in and what part of history we are in, because what is mentioned as present day is not really present, but it's a different version of the present day. So maybe we're not in 2016, but we're in the 20,000s of history, which is not really what we know it as. I'm not sure if that made sense, but I guess you need to read the book to understand what we're talking about. I am talking about. The story is really nice. You're going to enjoy yourself reading it. I was hooked onto the book because it is that kind of a story. A little draggy. I think this could have been written in less than 600 pages, but because there's just too much of explanation and a lot of things happening, the adventure part is fun, but it was a drag at the end. I was getting a little bored towards the end because there was just the story didn't seem like it was moving forward, and there was just too much of stuff happening, which could have been avoided to shorten the story. But generally, I really liked the book. It is something that I have not read before, and I think I have not really read these kind of books previously. So it is a good book. I'm going to recommend it to anyone to read it. If you get the chance to read it, do that. Also, this is the first time I've read a Raymond Khoury book, so I think I would like to read more books written by him. Though I did do a bit of research and I figured that this guy is more of a screenwriter than a novelist. So I don't really know, but keeping that in mind, I think this story would be really great as a series or a movie. It did give you that adventure feel where you could imagine um, Tom Cruise playing a part in it, because the guy is kind of a superhero sort. Anyways, you subscribe to the channel and come back next week because I'm going to talk to you about another book that I've begun reading, which is also a very interesting read so far. And I'm going to talk to you about that next week. But until then, you guys stick around and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.